Matthew Cohen, George Washington University, Colonials.
Matthew Barocas, the U. And this is the fifth quarter.
That's a beast right there, buddy. That's a beast.
Hello out there. It's week 7 of the NFL, and I'll be going over the games with my co-host Matthew Barocas. Today we'll be starting with the Steelers at Miami Dolphins. Matt, what do you think?
I like the Steelers in this game. Miami's coming off of a good win, but I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing better than anybody in football, and I'm going to pick them on the road, and that would bring them to 5-1 this year.
You're going with the Steelers? So am I. Let me tell you a few reasons why. I like Mike Wallace. I think Miami's susceptible to the big play. Also, Miami won't be able to run the ball effectively against the Pittsburgh defense, and that'll allow Pittsburgh to get to Chad Henne. Overall, Steelers are a more balanced football team. I like the Steelers by a touchdown. Next game we'll be talking about are the Bengals at the Falcons. What do you think, Matt?
In my opinion, I think since Mike Smith, well, it's not my opinion, it's a fact, since Mike Smith took over as head coach of the Atlanta Falcons with Matt Ryan, they've been virtually unbeatable at home. I like Atlanta. I'm not going to say big in this game, but I like Atlanta to control the football game and win the game.
I agree with you 100%. Think it'll be a close game. I like the Falcons. They're tough to beat at home. And Dunta Robinson, though he is probably lost for the week, I still think Carson Palmer is terrible. Next game. Jacksonville at the Chiefs. What do you think?
Boy, Jacksonville played a very uninspired football game at home on Monday night in front of that crowd. I expect their struggles will continue in Kansas City, the toughest place to play in football. Chiefs let it get away from them, lost a big lead late in that football game against the Texans last week, but I think they're going to win this football game.
Well, I know a couple guys who won a lot of money off that Monday Night Football game. I'm not going to say that they're in this room right now, but they are. I like the Chiefs as well. David Garrard might be out for the next few weeks. Plain and simple, Jacksonville has trouble scoring the ball. KC to win at Arrowhead. Next game we'll be talking about, Eagles at the Titans. What do you think, Matt?
Titans coming off 2 really good road victories, including that Monday night game last night where they absolutely demolished the Jacksonville Jaguars. I fully expect, with or without Vince Young, they're going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, who do have an impressive road record at 3-0. I feel they'll drop there first and lose to the Titans.
Well, this is a game we disagree on because I like the Eagles. Titans, I do think they're a good team. However, I'm worried about Vince Young. Don't like a team managed, coached football by Kerry Collins. Don't want that quarterback starting for me. I'd rather have Kevin Cobb. He's hot right now. That offense is rolling of the Eagles, and I think they're going to take this one in Tennessee. Next game we'll be talking about are the Redskins at the Bears. What do you think about this game, Matt?
I like the Redskins. They played the Colts well on Sunday night, a little bit closer than I expected. The Bears seem to be in shambles. Just kind of going out on a limb, I'm going to pick the Redskins to win that game.
Well, in my opinion, if the Bears can manage to protect Cutler in this game, it's going to be trouble for the Redskins secondary. However, the Bears have not played well against teams with a good pass rush. I do like the Redskins pass rush with Brian Orakpo. Therefore, I like the Skins to control the game, and I like good QB play out of McNabb. Next game we're going to be talking about, the Browns versus the Saints. Coming into New Orleans, what do you think?
Massacre of the week. I definitely think the Saints are going to demolish the Cleveland Browns.
See, I would be in agreement with you, but every time this year I thought that was going to happen with the Saints, they have seemed to disappoint me every time. I do think the Saints are going to take this one because the Browns have a lot of question marks coming into this game. Is Colt McCoy the QB of the future? Who can they throw to besides besides Ben Watson?
Well, nobody now, not after James Harrison.
Ben Watson is their leading receiver in all aspects of the game. Will Peyton Hillis continue performing at this high level, or will he succumb to the injuries? There are too many question marks in this game. I like the Saints simply because they have too many weapons. Browns can't. They beat the Browns in every phase of the game. Go with the Saints.
All right, let's pick up the pace. We've got the Bills at the Ravens. Ravens lost a tough game in overtime last week to the Patriots. Here, they get a far less competitive AFC East opponent in the Bills at home, and so I do fully expect that the Ravens demolish the Bills. Why not?
This is going to be a nuclear meltdown of a performance by the Bills. The Ravens the Bills just simply do not match up with the Ravens in any aspect of the game. This is going to be similar to the game where the Bills were walloped by the Jets. Just replace the Jets with the Ravens, and that's exactly the game we're going to have here this week. This game, plus 17 at least, take the Ravens. Next game we'll be talking about, 49ers at the Panthers. 49ers playing Carolina, what do you think?
Maybe closer than most people think, but at the end I expect that the San Francisco 49ers will get their second win of the season. They're a more experienced team than the Panthers, and although they've been atrocious on the road since Singletary took over, I think they'll get a win.
This is a 49ers team that's fresh off their first win and hungry for more. I expect them to eat the Panthers' lunch this week in Carolina. Matt Moore's back at the helm of the Panthers, and if they want to win anytime soon, they're going to play less of Moore, and Clausen for that matter. The whole team is in disarray. At least the 49ers have something to play for. For the Carolina Panthers, their season's over. I like the Niners to cover the spread especially. Matt, we're going to be talking about Rams at Buccaneers next. What do you think about these two duty teams?
Well, it's the second time in 2 weeks where you've bashed the Rams. They're playing the Bucs. It was a big surprise to me to see the Rams beat the Chargers last week. Because I picked against them last week, I'm going to pick them this week. And it's a pretty good quarterback matchup between two young quarterbacks.
I agree, actually, and yes, I did call them duty, but that was last year. This is a whole new year, and they're both playing like brand new teams. Both the coaches have those teams firing all cylinders. They do have two of the best young QBs in the league right now. Freeman in his second season, and Bradford, of course, the rookie, the number one pick this year. Rams are hot off their victory over the Chargers. Defensive front is starting to play much better. Spagnuolo really has that team running, and if I had to choose in a fight between Spagnuolo and Raheem Morris, it'd be close, but I'd go with Spagnuolo. Cardinals at Seahawks. What do you think?
Seahawks. Even though the Cardinals are off the bye, Max Hall should struggle. This is another very tough place to play. I have it as the second toughest place to play in all of the NFL behind Arrowhead, and I think the Seahawks will continue to roll.
Gotta say we agree on this one too. I like the Seahawks, Marshawn Lynch and Forsett to dominate time of possession. Other than that, it's hard not to pick the Seahawks at home. Patriots at the Chargers is the next game we'll be talking about. What do you think?
Chargers are left without any receivers. Gates is injured. Malcolm Floyd is injured. It promotes...
Patrick Creighton's the number one guy right now.
Patrick Creighton's number one with now I think he's in his fourth year. Buster Davis. I just think the Patriots have shown that they're improving, and even without Randy Moss, they'll go into San Diego and get a win.
I disagree. I do like the Patriots. They are playing well, however. Chargers coming off a devastating loss to the Rams. As good as the Pats are playing, my gut tells me to go with the Bolts at home. So this time, I'm picking the Chargers. Raiders at the Broncos. What do you think?
No need to discuss this one in much detail. I'm going with the hometown Broncos.
Got to agree. If Jason Campbell is in the lineup, is in this game, you got to choose the Broncos. If it's Bruce Gradkowski, then I like the Broncos. But either way, Broncos don't lose two straight at home. Take the Broncos in this one. Next game we'll be talking about Vikings at the Packers. What do you think?
Brett Favre, 2-0 against his former team, back at Lambeau. I like the Vikings to win the game. And I like AP to get going early and often and have a big day.
That's true. Last year the Vikings won both games. I'll take them to win it again in Lambeau. Anyone want to talk about Percy Harvin? Anybody want to talk about Randy Moss? That's enough said. Packers disappoint the home crowd. Next game we'll be talking about Giants at Cowboys. That's the last game too.
Yeah, this is the Monday night game. I fully expect, as crazy as it sounds, for the Dallas Cowboys to win the game, because I've found in my experience that it's the team with their back against the wall that pulls it out. And it's the Dallas Cowboys sending the Giants into the bye with a loss.
If the Cowboys win this game, it's going to be an overtime victory. I don't like the Cowboys. I do realize that they do have their backs against the wall. And the last time this year that they were like this, they pulled out a victory against the Texans. This time around, I don't think they get it. The Giants smell blood in the water. They know this is the game they need to take the NFC East. Big Blue steps up, and they win it. Go Coughlin. Go Justin Tuck. Go Eli Manning. Go Giants.
All right, subscribe, call, whatever it is. We're out. Thanks for your
Thank you
time.
for watching.
Thank
This
you
is
to
the
George,
Big
our cameraman.
Just subscribe to us on YouTube. We love you, George. Terramaz, Night of Living Heads. What's up?
All right, folks.